each of the 774 local government areas in the country will be allotted 1,000 slots. I am pleased to report that this program has commenced.
I of the program that 1,000 must come from each local government.
As we are committed to take your responsibility and making the right as aware for the fulfillment of your trust.
Hosanna, 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 Tamara Yekulemo, Ibi Bose Mukeperema,
The extended Special Public Works program made a significant difference in the aesthetics of the city of Efrun, Delta State, a very busy industrial and commercial hub and plays host to a large number of companies in Delta State. The city is densely populated and is home to the Petroleum Training Institute and the Federal University of Petroleum Resources. The Honorable Minister of State for Labor and Employment, Festus Keyamo, who is also the Supervising Minister of the National Directorate of Employment and Chairman NDE Board, had earlier been on hand in Efrun to personally participate in the Public Works Program.
In the person of Festus Keyamo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Fellow Chartered Institute of Arbitration of the UK, and indeed a son of the soil. I think you can do better than this. Because I told you earlier that this gentleman is the gift this state has given to Nigeria at this particular time. And you will agree with me that it took his singular committed effort to ensure that this program is approved and is being implemented by the federal government of Nigeria.
I want to pay special homage and appreciation to the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, for entrusting your son with the onerous tasks of supervising and directing the implementation of this program. President Muhammadu Buhari, in his foresight and magnanimity, had approved this program to be extended to all the 774 local government areas of Nigeria in order to engage 1,000 unemployed persons per local government. That is why today we have a total of 774,000 unemployed persons who have been engaged, documented, and duly captured by the designated banks. Ladies and gentlemen, the unemployed Nigerians already engaged in this transit job program will receive a stipend of 20,000 naira per month and a total of 60,000 naira for 3 months. They are expected to engage in the provision of services that cater for the specific needs of each benefiting community. So for Uya local government, you are going to work with your coordinators, you are going to work with the state selection committee, you are going to work with the state director of the NDE and the local government director of the NDE. So for the next 3 months, we are going to make a schedule. I think the DG hinted about that, and I think the chairman too, of the selection committee hinted. It's not that we are going to bring out 1,000 persons every day. So don't worry, it's not going to be intensive work, it's going to be light work. At the end of the month, this month, at the end of the month, when they look at phone, before 31st, I look at you see the alert will they come, alert will they enter. For your information, the president has graciously released to us for payment of stipends. 46.4 billion naira has been released. This money will inflate the economy at the grassroots level. I've always begged my state selection people, I've always begged the state directors of ND, please give women more slots. I beg now. The women will manage this money more than the men. The women are caregivers. The women will manage this 60,000 and put into their small businesses, into their small trade. Please give women more the slot. I beg now. I cannot come and manage the slots, but please give the women more slot. They will take care of our children more with the women. Now, they are expected to be engaged in provision of services that cater for the specific needs of each benefiting community. To this end, location and environment specific projects already identified by each community will engage the attention of the ESPW participants. For the avoidance of doubt, the program is not designed for digging or cleaning of gutters and drainages alone, but the provision of diverse services tailor-made for the maintenance of public infrastructure among others. I wish to place on record my immense gratitude to the President and Commander-in-Chief for entrusting us with this all-important program. I'm confident that the ND, through its mass employment creation, will implement this program seamlessly. It is equally important to state that another underlying objective of this program is to cushion the negative effect of COVID-19 pandemic. May I also state that a lot of plans are already being considered by government as exit strategy for participants at the end of the 3 months engagement period. Part of the plans include collaboration with other levels of government, state and local governments, as well as private sector-based organizations. In ending, let me charge all participants to ensure that they apply themselves diligently to the task that have been assigned to them, as adequate measures are in place to monitor the project implementation in accordance with the prescribed guidelines. I therefore have the singular honor and privilege to formally launch the project implementation of the Extended Special Public Works Program in Urie local government area of Delta State, and glory be to God and for the benefit of all. Long live the President and long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Projects under the Extended Special Works Program were also implemented in hundreds of locations across Delta State, including the Magistrate Court 3 in Warri South local government area. 123,000 participants were engaged across the 6 states of the South Zone of Delta, Edo, Bayelsa, Rivers, Cross River, and Akwa Ibom. Some of the objectives of the ESPW program include maximizing the use of available surplus labor for infrastructure development at the community level at a reasonable cost, creating opportunities for off-farm mass employment, promoting social security at the community level, and ensuring maximum output and high productivity.
Well, there are so many people who are trying to help them to focus on how to use these small monies to these stipends to also increase their businesses. The ND is arranging such programs on the side. Don't forget that the ND, thankfully the DGs here, has a lot of these programs where they train and skill up Nigerians, to take up their own small businesses. And I'm sure along the line, the ND will arrange such educational programs for those who are receiving this stipend on how to invest this money wisely. And it will help small businesses, can assure.
The National Directorate of Employment, NDE, ensured that all the necessary hand tools and other working implements were provided. Personal protective equipment, PPE, were also delivered to all the work sites. This was to ensure strict adherence to COVID-19 safety protocols.
It is true that the entire program was meant to provide relief to participants from the shackles of the COVID-19 pandemic. And because of the massive nature of the participants involved, the NDE too had to take measures in order to safeguard against the spread and contact of the COVID-19 pandemic. In order to do that, we therefore, made provisions as part of the equipments that we acquired. There were also these protective equipments, like the face masks, the hand sanitizers, and the rest of it. And we ensured that even though we formed work gangs, these work gangs were well spread, they don't come close, so that they'll be able to do their work, without necessarily having too much contact. These were part of the measures that we put in place across the nations. In fact, in some instances, we have to ask some of the participants to come at one time, while others will come at the other time. We were trying to avoid a situation where we take 1,000 participants at a go. These were the measures that we adopted. And if you strictly, procure this equipment based on due processes, it means they will be taken to, their respective destinations, which in this case were, was the state capitals. So from the state capitals, now we got them distributed and transported to various local government areas under the supervision of a supervisor who comes from that local government.
The ESPW program was flagged off in Bayelsa State by the Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Timipre Silva. From Kolokuma Opukuma to Southern Ijo and all the other 6 local government areas, beneficiaries embarked on vegetation control, street cleaning, drainage desilting, as well as road and public infrastructure maintenance. While flagging off the ESPW program in Calabar, the Deputy Governor of Cross River State, Professor Ivara Esu, thanked President Buhari for the initiative and charged participants to be diligent so that at the end of the program, the difference will be clear for all to see. In River State, equipment for the program were evenly distributed to all 23 local government areas. Participants ensured that communities across the state received a facelift through the various environmental enhancement activities they carried out, ranging from feeder roads maintenance to drainage clearing and vegetation control. The Extended Special Public Works Initiative was received with immense enthusiasm in Edo State. The state was among the initial 8 states selected for the pilot phase of the program. During the opening ceremony in Benin City, neither the state's #1 citizen nor the participants who thronged the Imagwero College venue could contain their joy. During the event, the executive governor of Edo State, Godwin Obaseki, lauded the resourcefulness and proactive leadership style of the president, Muhammadu Buhari.
There are lots of young people who need to be employed. That is why we are very happy that these disturbing statistics also disturb the president. And every time I've had the opportunity to be with him, to talk with him, there are 2 things he always emphasizes. 1, education. 2, jobs.
The 31,000 ESPW participants in Akwa Ibom State were very well organized. They worked in small gangs of between 10 and 20 unskilled workers, with 1 skilled worker as supervisor. At Oyo Local Government Secretariat and the Ikot Abon Market in Ibesikbo, Asutan Local Government Area, among others, participants dutifully performed drainage clearance, vegetation control, and environmental sanitation services. Stakeholders, on the other hand, provided insight into what the ESPW program means to their communities.
I really want to commend the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, for putting up this program. It's quite commendable that we are seeking to harness our human and material resources for the benefit of our people via the Special Works program. I think it was quite timely at the time the program was introduced because we were also on our own projects. That was the time we were putting up our administrative block, So the people came in and then we were able to harness them. So they quite assisted us. And we're able to clear the area, and of course, if you go there now, the site is very clean. So we were able to do our program in record time, and we delivered. And of course, they made useful contribution to the growth of our environment, our city. So of course, I must commend the government. Anything that is good is worth commending. Is a right step in the right direction for our people.
Thank our Minister of State for Labor, Festus Keyamo. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you so much. It's one of the only programs that you're not able to take out somebody's name and put in your name. It's one program that the chairman, governor is not able to remove somebody to put another person, because it was a streamlined thing. I know we shouldn't call anything perfect. It's only God that is perfect. But I want to tell Nigerians that this is a near perfect program.
Join us next week on ESPW Weekly as we focus on the implementation of the Extended Special Public Works in the Southeast Zone.